Hey guys, welcome back to Texas Business Radio. Go ahead and get your calls in 844-814. 8144 is a 24-hour call-in line. Get your questions in. We'll get the experts on here to get you an answer for it. As you've listened to this show, you know we talk about growing your business. We talk about best practices on how to grow your business. There's some things you can do as you are growing your company to ensure that the different business process segments in your company do not become a hindrance to your growth. And they can, in fact, become an enabler to your growth. I'm your host, Matt Register, here as always with Jay Curry. We're going to talk to a gentleman here in the studio that has a company that turns your accounting system from something that holds you back to something that can really be an enabler and a driver in some of your growth. Jay, what do you think?
I agree. I got to tell you that business owners have to be looking for enablers, and Marcus is going to give us a clean view of one that most business owners, I think, could use at the right time. So this is a good segment, and we got a great guest.
Nope, I agree. AcctTwo is, they're all over the place. They're in Houston, they're in Dallas, they're in Austin. Is a company that implements systems and accounting systems that allows you to, in a cloud-based way, collect data and gives you very good decision-making data. As you listen to this show, you know we're always preaching about using your data to make sound business decisions. Marcus Wagner is the CEO. Marcus, how are you, sir? Welcome to the show.
I'm very well. Thanks for having me, Matt. It's good to be here.
So tell me a little bit about AcctTwo, because this is not a very old company, but it's a fast-growing company, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've been around for about 5 years now, and you stated our mission statement very well. Our whole goal is to help business owners achieve success by transforming the finance and accounting function into a growth enabler and even a change agent. I think those were some of the words you used. And that's different from the way most people think about finance and accounting, right? It's usually perceived as an obstacle to growth.
Well, and it's usually perceived as an afterthought, right? It's something you do at the end of the month to get to shut the bank up, right? It's not something that a lot of these growth companies use as a tool to make business decisions moving forward. That doesn't have to be the case, though, right?
Yep. No, absolutely. And I think what I find when I talk to prospective clients, we usually talk to either the CEO or the CFO of a growing company. They don't realize how much technology is now available to the middle market and even the lower middle market. We have technology that is very sophisticated that you would think maybe only a Fortune 100 company could get access to. And so when we come in, we see processes that are not automated, they're highly manual, they're people entering data into 2 or 3 different systems, islands of data now that have to be reconciled. And so when those companies grow, the only way to solve that problem, they think, is hire more people.
Throw bodies at it.
And throw bodies at it. And a lot of these companies run on QuickBooks. They've got about 3 million customers.
Sure.
But what happens is once you cross over that $10 million revenue threshold, QuickBooks goes from being the cheapest accounting solution to the most expensive because of all those bodies that you're throwing at it.
Well, technology has changed everything, though.
Absolutely.
I mean, there is a incredible amount of very, very cool stuff that is available now to a much smaller business.
Yeah.
And like you said, at a point, and QuickBooks has a place. We love QuickBooks, but you do outgrow it.
Absolutely. You outgrow it. And so the ability to automate processes is challenging. And then also the ability to get really granular data out of the system, right? So not just what did you make money or do you have money in the bank, which is the way a lot of business owners think, but who are your most profitable customers? What are your most profitable service offerings, locations, maybe industries that you work in? How can you actually stratify and segment your business? And not only what's happened in the past, but what's going to happen in the future. The technology that's available today can be predictive. It can help you see trends and spot things that you need to be able to react to.
Well, in the cost accounting side, finding out the profitability by customer, by industry, but every time you put effort into figuring some of those answers out, you end up learning things you did not know. I guarantee that your clients that have not done, or at the beginning of this process, have customers that are not profitable and they don't know it.
Exactly. And what you find is that doing that exercise is a big project. And once you're done with it, you did it once, and it's a point in time. But then the next time you want that data, it's another project, right? And so one of the things we do is we move them from a project to a process. That is just part of the day-to-day DNA of that company, is to have real-time digital data that you can report on a dashboard. The CEO can maybe just see the 3 or 4 things that he or she cares about, but if they want to drill down and they see a trend, they get that answer at the snap of a finger.
So, Marcus, this sounds kind of like almost a dream. If your company's up in the 10, 12, 15 million, you're still running QuickBooks. This is very low cost opportunity to get a real enabler and get you beyond the hump.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's really kind of a great advantage for using technology, which we're all big fans of, and the cost of it is quite reasonable.
The cost is very reasonable because it's SaaS, software as a service, cloud-based. Right. So our average customer is paying about a $30,000 annual subscription to an ERP system that includes all of the servers, the underlying infrastructure. It's backed up basically by the minute, so you don't have to worry about losing your data. I don't know how many of our clients we see have a server in a broom closet or a mop closet somewhere. And many of them, unfortunately, have lost that data.
What do you tell companies that are concerned when they hear, oh, it's SaaS, it's software as a service, it's cloud? I mean, that's where it's going, and that's helping to keep the costs down. How do you deal with those CEOs that just can't make that?
Well, sometimes I give them the tough love answer, which is you can keep your head in the sand for just so long, but that is, in fact, where software is going, and there won't be an on-premises middle market ERP option for you 10 years from now. I truly believe that. But, the other thing I tell them is our software partner is a company called AcctTwo, and they're out of San Jose, California. They've been a fantastic partner. And what they recognized back in 1999 when they created this system was it has to be the most secure. It's got to be Fort Knox. And so they invested heavily in security. And as a result, they're the only accounting system that's recommended by the AICPA, which is the American Institute of CPAs. And they wouldn't put their name on a product if they hadn't done tons of due diligence. They care about that stuff, security, backup, recovery. And
having been in the business, I can vouch for their reputations.
Right.
Excellent.
Right. Now, the other thing that I would mention is, we take it a step further many times where the company says, you know what, that software is great, but I'm in the oilfield service business, or I'm in the church, I'm a church,
right,
or I'm a software company. That's my core competence. I'm not in the accounting business. So can you guys do more? Can you actually take over those processes? And we can. So the other thing that AcctTwo does is actually provide a managed accounting service where using that same software, we become the controller, the accounts payable department, the accounts receivable department. We reconcile their cash on a daily basis. And we just make sure that data is clean and accurate and timely for them.
That's called full support.
Right.
Well,
right.
That's good. And I'll tell you what, as somebody who has gone into several companies, implemented systems, once you have that visibility of that granular data, you have a glimpse and a view into your company you never had before. And, it becomes very easy when you have that forward-looking dashboard that has, key metrics that are measuring in real time that you can look at and make decisions on. Running the company becomes quite easy, right?
Absolutely. We did a survey. 85% of our customers, after they've gone live with either our software or our services, 85% of them wish they had done it sooner.
Yeah, no,
that's a big number.
I believe that 100%. Yeah. I mean, it's there's always some pain associated with doing it, and right now, especially our listeners in Houston, Texas, take advantage of this downturn, guys. Now's the time you have to put things like this in. Don't wait until things get busy. You're not going to have time to do it, right?
Right.
Marcus Wagner, CEO of AcctTwo, AcctTwo.com. We're going to have links to this on the website, texasbusinessradio.com, but AcctTwo.com is where you can learn more. Marcus, thank you much for joining us.
Congratulations.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's been great to be here with you.
So great company, fast-growing company, Inc. 5000, Hot One. This guy's got all the awards you can imagine. We got to go pay some bills. We're going to be back Don't go anywhere.